Good morning, my friends. It's Jennifer from the patio, and I'm here today with a special treat. This is the release of my new kit. It's the farm. Yes, I know it's a weird name. My husband even said so, but it is the farm, and that's why I said it because it's the farm. Anywho, it's done in beautiful creams and sepia and red tones, and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to show it to you today. So I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so here's what you get. You get 20 journal pages, which I'm going to show you. You get 18 pages of ephemera, pockets, flips, tags, all kinds of goodies. And then you get 10 pages of plain backgrounds. So anyway, you have so much to make, lots and lots of journals and all kinds of folios. And so anyway, I'm just really excited. So I'm going to show you the kit, and then I'm just going to, visit with you for just a little bit afterwards. Okay, so this is the kit. I'm going to show you all of the journal pages first. There's 20 of them. So you have this one. I love, love, love the splash of red in the trees. And it's just fabulous. Okay, so there's this one. Flowers, love it, with the music. So this one is kind of rustic. It's different. It has some music pages and some book pages in the background. And it's all done in creams and sepia, but it has splashes of red in it. And I will say sometimes it's, well, you'll see. You'll see. But anyway, it's got splashes of red. I have old bicycles. Love this. Love it. Love it. Beautiful red flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. So pretty. I love that. Kind of looks like an outhouse, but outhouses don't have bathrooms, so it's a barn. It's a barn. Love, love the barn siding. Love this one. All the splashes of red. Another farm one with a little bicycle. A reflection in the water. And then we have, just something you would see out in the field, a fence with some weeds and different things growing on it. Writing, very pretty. And I love the barn. Oh, just love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so there's that one. And I just love, because this is nostalgic for me, because my husband's family had a farm, and we would go there, and it was in Texas, of course. So, I mean, there's crabby grass and all kinds of things. But, they had a toilet out in the fields and, in the dumps area. And so this just, instead of having a toilet, I had a bathtub. But a lot of people have bathtubs, that they've just taken out of their house and, put out in the back because they didn't have anywhere to put it. So, so that's where this comes from. But I think it's awesome. It's awesome. And then, of course, you have to have a windmill, with a whirlybird. You have to have the whirlybird and the windmill. There's not a whirlybird on this one, but, and then the splash of red. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, I'm going to make 2 pages of that. Oh, look at those beautiful flowers. Because every farm has a flower. A flower bed has flower pots, has beautiful little flowers. Little window box. Another of the different look of a barn. And I love bicycles, so I just put bicycles in. I just love it. And then another windmill with splashes of red. So if you're a red fan and like red and black, red and cream, sepia, this is going to be your kit. You're going to love it. Look how pretty. And I know I keep saying that, I'm sorry. But just like the crackled look in the paint. Then another one of the fence. The splashes of red. How gorgeous is that? I mean, it's so beautiful. And I can just think of so many sentiments that you can, put on here. Okay, so there's that tree. And then this is really pretty, just like a siding of a barn, kind of weathered and torn with some, weeds growing. And then look at that beautiful black tree. I love it. With all the splash of red down here dripping. Yes, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then the very last one is a, just a soft with a barbed wire. It just speaks volumes to me. So that is that. And so now let me show you the back pages. So these are the background pages. There's 10 of them. And there are 5 that are just plain like of wood, and we'll see that. And then 5 that just have the, I wanted it to be plain, and I'll show you why. Because the kit itself is so vibrant and full of, even though it's not full, it only has 3 or 4 colors in it, but I wanted to have backgrounds so that they wouldn't distract from the ephemera when you make it. So anyway, there's this one, and then this one. I love this. I don't know why, but I do, and I just love the wood. And then this one. Then I did some that were they didn't have red in them. They were just the cream and sepia with the black. And I love it because that is what it looks like, a field looks like, especially when the sun's going down. It's just so pretty. And then here's another plain. And then we get into just some plain wood. So this is, this is just really pretty with the wood. And then it has a latch to the barn. And then another just plain wood, just, wood background. And then here's one that's more of a horizontal. That was a vertical with a little missing. I love it. And then here's just a pretty plain one with, showing the nail heads. And then the last one is more of the peeling paint. And I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so that's the 20 journal pages and the 10 backgrounds. So now we're getting into the ephemera, and that is 18 pages of ephemera. So I gave you some words in black and some words in some brown tones on this side. And then I have a lot of sayings in here. And so like I have this one, and it says, where the windmill turns, the heart rests. And this one, these say, fences lean, but stories stand strong. The farmhouse never needed perfect paint to feel like home. A bike, a breeze, and nothing urgent. I mean, they're just so sweet. And so anyway, so you have that page. And then I made just some prompts, really is what they are. They're writing prompts. And each of them just kind of goes with the scene. And so I just thought they were cool. So like this one is, imagine finding a clawfoot tub in a field. What kind of story does it tell? Describe a memory that feels like peeling paint, faded, but still beautiful. The windmill turns with time. Write about something in your life that keeps turning quietly and faithfully. And if the barn could speak, what secret would it whisper through its wooden beams? So it's just something for you to have in your journal to just prompt you for writings. And then I did another page. I couldn't help myself because I just love it. If you could leave your worries leaning against the barn like an old bike, what would you let go of? Write a letter to your future self from the front porch of the farm. What part of you is weathered but still strong, like a farmhouse door that has seen 100 storms? And then, of course, this one with the red. Sepia skies and rust red leaves. Write about a time that felt like it belonged in another era. I mean, how sweet is that? I love it. I love prompts. I love it. Okay, so now we get into the ephemera. So this is a little pocket fold up. So you'll make it to fold in. And we're going to do all of this together. I'm just showing you the kit. So if you're interested in going and grabbing it for yourself, and we can all make a journal together. Of course, this is just two different pockets with another smaller pocket that you'll put on the front. So these would go here and here, like a zigzag pocket, if you will. And then I just made some journaling cards. Pockets, sorry, some pockets. And you can notch out. I'm kind of weird about the notches. I did some in here that just had the big notch in them. But I like to make my own. Like for here, I'm not even sure I would put one. But for here, I would want to put it over here. Or here, I would put it here. So I let you decide. And I took the back. I had all of these with some borders. I took them all off. And I was like, no, we just want it to be subtle. I don't want it to be distinguished with any kind of a border. So you'll see that there's, the borders have been taken off. But see how I just did a couple with that deep pocket. I'm not a big fan of it, but that's just me. So I thought I'd throw in some for you guys because, I can't speak for you. I can only speak for myself. So I like to make sure that you have, a little bit of everything. So these are some pockets. And then these are some smaller pockets. And then we get into the tags. And so I have some bigger tags. And then I have like a belly band with this latch, which I think is really, really pretty. And then I have smaller pockets. So there's 8 of those. All different. I love the barbed wire. And then there's some taller, skinny pockets. And then there's a couple of just booklets. So once you cut this out, you're going to, we'll score it and then fold it in. So you have 2 different ones of that. And then I love the tree again. And these are actually flip-ups. You can see the little gusset up here. So there'll be flip-ups on a page. And then I did some crisscross pockets. You can use them standalone or use them to put together and then have a crisscross. With this is your tag that would go inside of those. I just love circles, and so I did circles on this and just kind of went with the whole circles throughout. So this is just a fold in half. So on one side you'll see this, and then that will be on the other. And then this is a belly band side tuck. So you're going to score down the middle and then fold it. And then on one side you'll have this, and the other you'll have the latch. And then this is also a belly band that you just put inside, or you could put on the edge of your page. So we'll see as we get to that what it is that we want to do. And I did the same for this. This is a tag insert for this pocket. So this is the backing of the pocket. This is the insert. And then this is the pocket that goes on top of this tag right here, this backing. And then this has a gusset. And this is going to sit inside this pocket and with this flap glued down here, so it will be a flip up. And then we have a little belly band here. And then we have some flip outs. And so I did 4 of those, some 2 large and 2 small. So you'll be able to flip this one out and then this one this way. So it's kind of the same concept as our, as tomorrow, the last freebie for May. And you'll see that if, hopefully you see that on, Friday before, because this is Monday. This is Monday, June the 1st. So anyway, that is the complete kit for my It's the Farm digital kit. I hope you like it, but real quick, I wanted to just show you something about the printing. And I noticed that my lighting kind of changed a little bit, but I want to show you something. This is just for your own understanding and to realize that every printer is different. There are no two printers alike. I don't care if it's even if I have an Epson EcoTank 3850. It's not one of the largest. It's kind of the medium size. But it depends on how my computer's calibrated and, and so I just want you to understand that the colors are going to be different, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So I printed all of these journal pages on Epson presentation matte paper. Okay, or presentation paper mat, yeah. But anyway, I printed it on this, which gives you a very vibrant color. Now, here's the drawback of that. Although I have made journal pages with this very paper, it's only 27 pounds. So when you go to add things on top of it, you have to be really careful because it gets heavy. So anyway, but that's how I achieved these beautiful, bright colors on these particular pages. Now, I printed on the back of this, of the presentation mat, as you well know, the front is a bright white on presentation paper, and then on the back it's more of a dull color, and so these, as you notice, did not come out as bright. Okay, you can see the difference between the two, and I want to show you just so you know. This is the brighter, and then this is more of like a rusty, like a barn rusty red. And I personally love both. So it's really, but I'm letting you know what it is going to look like one way or the other. Okay. So there's that. And then the kit itself, I just printed this on 65-pound cardstock. And the colors came out more of the rusty look. The reds did not come out vibrant as they did in the journal pages. And I'm okay with that. And so I just want you to see it's more of a, like a, I want to say it like a dried blood. It's what it looks like to me. When blood dries and it's that reddish brown tone, that's what it came out as. And I absolutely love it. But I'm just letting you know that you can, depending on the paper that you use, get a different color tone. So, and you need to play with it and see before you print the whole kit out. Anyway, I just think it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and however it's printed is just beautiful, because you can see this red tree here. Let me see if I can find the exact one. I don't think it's in there. Because I just want to show you how important it is to, there it is. See the difference between the two? I mean, that's a big difference. And I just want you to see the colors. This is Epson. This is just regular 65-pound stock. So you're going to get a different look. But both of them are beautiful and gorgeous. And so it just depends on what it is that you want to do with the kit, and, how you want it to look. So I've already started mine, and I love this color. I love the brownish look. So I just took a file folder, a large one, and you can see the tops, and this is the middle, and I just made a journal out of it, and I kept the top pockets. I took the whole file folder and then just folded it in half and then cut it down. So I have 3 signatures, and this is what I mean by plain page. I just did all, in this journal that I'm starting, I just did all the background pages, and then I stuck some different pages in between. They're all the plain, so that when I put my ephemera on it, it isn't so busy that it's, it drives you nuts. So I'm just, making a suggestion to you when you buy the kit don't print all the pages out first. Really think about what it is that you want to do with it. And then print out a few things at a time, because this is a 48-page kit. It's huge. And sometimes we get kits and we just get all excited. But, you know, don't print out all the pages. Pick out the ones that you really want to, you know, that you love the most, and then work with those first. And so I'm just telling you that in advance. And then, you know, use the background pages as your journal. And then you can use the journal pages in the ephemera differently, so that you know, it's just not so busy. So anyway, this is my new kit. It's the farm, and I hope you like it. And we are going to just start working in this journal right here. And so I just appreciate you coming today. I'm very, very excited, and I hope you are too. But I will see you next time, and we're going to start working on this and putting all of the ephemera inside of this journal. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, you only know what you know until you know something different. Bye-bye.